Shapfere Dinsang. Hey guys, welcome back to Shapfere Dinsang, and I am back with yet another video. This time I have Mr. Cassper, who is trending, but not because of what he did, but rather because of what someone else had said on Mac G's podcast this past week. And it's just unfortunate because this is actually someone that he was working with. And I am talking about none other than Miss Boohle. Boohle, who is a songstress. Many of us know her from the song Siyathandana. Mina Nawe. Okay, I don't know. I don't even know how to sing properly, but that's basically the song that I'm talking about. So Boohle actually went onto Mac G's podcast, of which she was then asked about, just creating that particular hit. And some people felt like she actually threw shade to Cassper. So there was a tweet that someone basically posted that insinuated that from the interview that Boohle was basically saying that Siyamthanda uthi siyathandana yabona manje ithi siyamthanda, but it's actually Siyathandana, which is a song that is featuring Boohle, actually wasn't written by Cassper. But now I don't know if maybe Cassper went around saying that he had written the song, so we'll only really know. So listen to the clip for full context.
So he didn't write anything on that song?
He only came with his verse. I wasn't even there.
And let's be honest, if you listen to that song, it sounds like Boohle featuring Cassper. Like that verse was not needed, let's be honest.
Now you could hear the awkwardness like in Angelic's voice when he was just like, he wants no parts of it, like, because he understands that this also is a very, very small industry. So whatever moves you're gonna try and make, best believe uzokhawuthi wrong. So Boohle obviously got some backlash on Twitter. Some who were saying that what she said was wrong, especially because Cassper actually put her on, while others were saying which actually Boohle's fame was not even attributed to Cassper, which I can also kind of agree, because some of us actually knew her when she was still working with Josiah, and this is basically what Twitter had to say about those comments. So we've got Nkosinathi, who says, in my opinion, she did well. MC refused to work with Cassper for the same reason. If Cassper does not take credit for your song, he will definitely take it for your career. Boohle must stand on her own 2 feet and keep dishing these hits. The Amapiano community is behind you. Then we've got another one that says, let me give you a bit of history. Them Twitter and Dogzin are the reason we have Boohle way before Cassper joined Amapiano. Cassper is not the reason we have Boohle. So many Amapiano songs have reached the top without big artists. Think before you reply. Then we've got Cassper, who was basically saying how he's very disappointed and that he's watched the interview a lot of times. As much as he's got so much love and respect for Boohle, may she continue to basically make more hits. And that was also followed by another tweet, which is also just weird, that said, I won't lie, matata aga up higher, like Joe, I have a lot of problems, but I constantly choose to be happy. And I think he was just referring to the fact that people just need to stop tagging him in those negative tweets. And while others here are basically saying that Boohle didn't say anything wrong, take it as you must, because clearly I think Twitter was quite divided on this one. And this tweet is particularly interesting because it's basically speaking on the fact that we always ask for unfiltered content on TV, and suddenly now that this podcast is like live and people are asked these questions, people have an issue with it. So what is it that we want as South Africans, guys? Personally, I thought that was the end of Boohle, trending on social media, until someone else then brought up another clip from the same interview where she was actually somewhat throwing subliminals at Josiah's wife. And it was just mad awkward. Like, some of these questions, you can just say, no, I will not answer that, or, you don't touch it. So unfortunately, Boohle has honestly found herself in this pit of a mess. Let's just hear this particular part where she speaks on it.
Me, I didn't know anything,
Have you
Just
met Josiah's
going
wife?
to drink and mind my business.
Have you met Josiah's wife?
Yeah, a lot of times. I mean, at his house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
You guys get along?
no.
You don't get along?
I don't have a problem with her, but I know that
Yeah.
she's...
Yeah, I can tell you don't get along because you sang Mama with passion.
Ay, bo! But still, I'm saying that I didn't know anything.
There's no way you cannot know. There's no way.
Now, Josiah had a bit of, some words to say, but he basically said one thing I learned is that you need to be careful with who you welcome into your personal space. A few invites into my studio and home and you already want to mess shit up because of a podcast. So we clearly can also see that Josiah was a bit touched by this, which I can also understand why. Because why did they have to talk about Josiah's wife? Like, why did she need to be the subject at this point? And Boohle also, out of respect, could have been well aware that even if she had her own differences with Josiah's wife, there's really no need for for her to basically touch on that. So that's basically today's topic. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think Boohle was wrong in the way that she was answering these questions? Do let me know in the comment section down below. Please don't forget to comment, like, most importantly subscribe, and let me know who else I must talk about next. So for me, it's Shafed Tang. See you guys next time.